of a day from the belly.
I just wanted to ask you a little bit more about Myles, if that's okay.
I thought you were going to ask more about my wife. I said that's okay.
Let's keep it. So what did you say to Myles after clearly no player likes being substituted, especially not in the first half?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you sort of sell it to him afterwards?
Today I did, when the dust settled. Yeah, that's what you say in English. Yeah. And talk openly, what can we learn from that situation, how can we expose the team, what are the things that we have to try to avoid without losing his essence that your colleague was talking to a little bit before. And that's what we have to do, understand where that line is, because he's a superb player, he has attitude, his courage, what he transmits. Certainly we have to maintain that, and it's just understanding the risk reward, what part of the pitch you are in, and when you have to bet certain things that can give you big reward, and sometimes, guys, stay away from that bet because it's not good for us.
I mean, he's obviously a young kid. Is that going to happen? These kind of instinctive moments where he doesn't have the experience maybe to hold back? Is that what you're trying to fight with?
But it happens with the senior ones as well, a lot. So, and depending on the part of the pitch that you play, those ones when you make that mistake or you mistime it, the consequences are terrible. And from the front players, it happens the same. So it's for everybody. I think we are in a constant learning process, and that one you have to be lucky, because when you won, much better, believe me, for your confidence and as well for how your team and your colleagues perceive you. So he was lucky on that.
And just finally, was that, you say you spoke today, was that just a little one-on-one chat?
Yeah, sure.
Pitch, or how did it go?
No, very good. One-on-one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike from the Mirror.
Mikel, Arsene Wenger used to say that the game after his team had scored 4, 5, 6 is often the most dangerous one, because there's often a natural come down from plundering plenty of goals. Having gone 0-0-7 James Bond style, are you?
That's a good analogy. And now, boom. I hope so that we can replicate that. We discussed just understanding why you score the goals, and can you consistently provide those moments, those situations as often as possible to increase the probability of happening again. That's what we have to do, and we know that Sunday is going to be a very different game, and we are very clear on that, and we're going to have to earn very different things as well to help Man United.
At Old Trafford last season, you won on the penultimate weekend of the season to take it to the last day, although we're obviously a little bit further away from the last day. A win at Old Trafford on Sunday would keep you in the hunt, wouldn't it? Whatever Liverpool do would keep you in the hunt.
Well, certainly it's going to keep us the momentum going, but we're going to have to be really good to earn the right to do that. We know historically as well how tough it is to win there, and we're going to do our best and earn the right to win it.
Dan, from the side?
As you said, Mikel, it'd be a different game on Sunday to the other day. And in the home game against United, it was 2 goals from set pieces, which made the difference. But in recent weeks, in both in the league and unpublished, you haven't scored a goal from a set piece. What are the reasons you think for that, and what are you doing to try and bring back those set piece goals?
Various reasons. In some of the games, we generated a lot of situations and chances. Scoring a goal was something different. In others, we haven't been at our level in terms of sometimes been the delivery, sometimes the timing, sometimes the execution, and then it's something, it plays a big part, which is the opposition as well. They know how to defend. They all prepare very well for that, because they know that is a big threat of ours, and that's it. I think we did very well 2-3 days ago. We did very well against Forest, and they will come, but we have to insist and be very persistent on it.
Is it obviously you miss Bukayo in all sorts of ways, but Bukayo's deliveries, particularly the in-swinging ones, is that a big factor?
That's another one, obviously, that when you have it from both sides at that level of consistency and quality, it helps. But as well, again, scoring goals and set pieces is never a flat line that you're going to maintain. It's impossible, never been done. and it should not generate frustration. Yes, will to do it better, because even when we're doing really well, I used to say we can still do much better because we are not still consistent doing almost everything perfect in the right time. So now it's exactly the same.
Issa?
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
With the situation Ruben Amorim was obviously inherited at United, it's a very sticky one to say the least. When you took over at Arsenal with a similarly difficult situation too, can you see comparisons between the two situations, and how do you think Ruben's done so far?
No, I think it's very different situations, to be fair. But massive respect for Ruben, for Man United, what they are trying to do as well, and every situation is different.
How would you say they're different? What are the main?
I don't want to talk about that, but I mean, I look after my garden, my club, and what the rest they do, they will try to do their best thing, and that's it.
And on Chido, obviously, I know that he's no longer at Arsenal, but what are the attributes that you saw from him whenever you saw him around the club that you thought, wow, he's going to be a...
Massive goal threat, and an attitude and love to be living inside the box, and capacity to score in many different ways. I mean, that was him.
And finally to Gary from the Times there.
Can I just ask you, could you done anything more with the club to persuade Chido to stay?
I don't know. I mean, to persuade a player to stay, a player has to be willing to be with us and commit to us. And I don't know specifically, both parties probably will feel very different about it. The reality is that he's decided to move, and we have moved on from that. That's it.
Is it now harder to persuade some of the youngsters to stay when they that there's money elsewhere from other clubs who can offer to young kids sizable sums?
Depending what is the reason why they want to go somewhere else. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you guys. Shit.